Okay, so welcome everyone to the call. My name is Kim Vanderheiden. For those of you that I haven't met yet, I am actually dialing in from North Carolina, and I am so excited tonight to be co-hosting this call with two of my very good friends from the Juice Plus community, Mary and Lisa. And we were doing some brainstorming not too long ago, and we were just so excited about what our mission is all about with empowering women. And when I really think about empowering women, what does that mean for us? And for me, it meant sort of in three key areas. We're really empowering women to take control of their health and their family's health through better nutrition and education. We're also empowering women through being financially independent. I can't tell you how many moms I've locked arms with or career women I've locked arms with that say that this business has been their vehicle to have something of their own and to have their voice. And to me, there's nothing more powerful than that. And then thirdly, and most importantly, is locking arms together as a community to make the biggest difference that we can out there in the world. And the world needs us. And we were at a conference a couple weeks back, and one of the leaders said, talked about our mission. I just want to read it to you because it's so powerful. And she said that we are fixing the injustice that the food industry has done to our children. And when you think about that, to me, again, it's so empowering to be part of that and to be making a difference. And I'm just so excited that we get to share what we're up to tonight with you all. And I think as women, naturally, when we find something that we love, what do? We go out and we share it with those that we care about, those people that are in our network. So tonight you're going to hear three really different stories, but all very inspiring and all, all on that same mission. So I'm going to turn it over to Mary to kick us off. And Mary, if you want to give us a little background about yourself and your journey.
Okay, thanks, Kim. This is so exciting. Can everybody hear me? I guess just do a thumbs up. Okay. So my name is Mary Koenig. I live in Manasquan, New Jersey, which is a small beach town on the Jersey Shore. And I was introduced to Juice Plus 10 years ago. I had a 2-year-old at the time. I was 7 months pregnant, and my husband worked a stressful corporate job in sales, where he was on the road a lot. So when my good friend from college told me about the product, it just made sense. I had initially ordered it just for my husband because I thought, well, he doesn't eat really well. He's on the road. I'm an athlete. I work out. I've always been into nutrition. I'm kind of good. And we ordered it for my 2-year-old. But once Juice Plus arrived at our house and I really looked at the ingredients, I was like, wow, there's no way that I'm eating what's in Juice Plus every single day consistently. I tend to eat the same thing every day. So getting that variety just made sense. So we all got started taking it as a family, and we just had some really profound health changes. And people ask me, I've been taking it for 10 years. People ask me, how do you feel? And I'm like, gosh, it's been 10 years, but I don't have allergies anymore. I'm regular. My hair, skin, and nails improved. My husband's skin issues improved. And my picky 2-year-old, is eating more fruits and veggies. So, like I said, we got started taking the product, and then 2 weeks later, my good friend who I'd bought it from said, hey, why don't you do this with me? And I was like, no way. I've never done sales. It's a good thing I'm standing up because I'm so I feel like I'm on stage. Anyway, so I told her, no way. I will never, do this with you. I've never done sales. I'm a stay-at-home mom, and I'm about to have my second baby. There's no way I'm not doing this with you. And she said, okay. And she sent me a DVD to watch because 10 years ago, that's what the company provided as marketing material for us. So I watched that DVD and I was like, wow, it was a health talk by a doctor. And I was like, wow, this information is like everything I love and I'm passionate about. And I felt like, wow, this company is already kind of doing the message that I want to get out to my friends and family. So I knew I was going to be sharing this with everybody I cared about. So I called Renee and said, all right, what do I need to do what you do? But I have no goals for this. I am not business minded. I'm not a numbers person. If I can make $100 a month, that would be great. And I got started. And, for me, it was just I built this huge retail business. I got over 80 customers in a very short amount of time. You don't need that many. You just need about 30 to have a successful franchise. But I was just so passionate about sharing this information that I told everybody about Juice Plus. But it was all kind of on this hobby mindset. And then about 11 months into my hobby, which was making me about $500 to $700 a month, so that kind of caught notice of my husband of this hobby. about 11 months into that, I was invited to attend my first leadership conference. Our company has 2 in a year, and they're just amazing. And I went to that conference, and that's where I saw the big picture of this mission and this company. When I got there, I saw people that have been involved with this company, husbands and wives, and somebody like Harriet Sulzer, just people in our business that have been with this company for 20, 25 years. And this is their career. This is their full-time income. They've built these huge teams around the world, and this is what they do. And I realized at that conference that, I knew our product was a gift. My dad had a feeding tube had a health crisis. He was poisoned by a pharmaceutical, and he had a feeding tube for about a year through his health journey. And we opened up 8 of each blend, so 24 capsules and 2 scoops of the complete protein in water, and put it through his feeding tube. So I knew our product was a gift, and that's why I had over, those 80 customers. But I didn't realize that the business model is a gift. So if I can help somebody like, Cindy Carver, who's on my team, who owned her own cleaning business for 25 years and got sick from it. She got a couple of autoimmune diseases, and now she doesn't have to clean conference. Actually, you get to hear the national marketing director speeches, and that's the top position in our company. And I always say, if you don't get emotional during the national marketing director speeches, then maybe the business isn't for you, because you're usually crying and laughing. It's just awesome. And I sat there and listened to those people up on stage giving their speeches and their journey of how they got to the top of this company. And I was like, you know what? I want to do this. I want to be up there. I want to get to the top position in the company. And I had no team at that point, but I left there with 2 words. And this is what I say that got me to the top position is commitment and perseverance. So I decided to commit and change my hobby mindset to a business mindset and treat it as a business. And then also persevere, because, this business is built on relationships. This is, I'm looking at all the faces here. We're all people, and we all come from different walks of life, and life situations happen, and, you just have to persevere through the ups and downs of the business. So it took me 6 years from that point. I had 2 more babies. So I have 4 little kids. I'll give you their ages in a minute. But when I came home, I made a family dream board with my family. And I said, this is mommy's business. This is what I'm going to do. And one of our dreams on our family dream board, kind of like Kim's in the background there, her dream boards, we had a trip to Disney. So I didn't use my kids, when I came home from that conference, I didn't use my kids as an excuse not to do the business. I used my kids as my reason why, and why I still stay committed. And I think so many times as moms with young kids, we tend to put our goals and our dreams aside, and, we pour our hearts into our kids. But, and that's great. I do that too. But I knew that this business was going to completely change our family and our finances and just everything, that I made this business our family business. So my kids are still the reason why I do this. And so 6 years, I got to national marketing director. And, I always say our paycheck is a direct reflection of how many people that you've helped. So my $500 to $700 a month just on customers was great, but I can only reach my sphere of influence. When I have a team, I can reach more people. And that's my passion. So when I got to the top position, I gave my speech, and at the end, it was just a phenomenal experience. My family was up there, the kids, and I surprised them with a trip to Disney in front of 6,000 people. And we were in Long Beach, California. So we went to Disneyland, and the whole place went nuts. It was like, Lisa's shaking her head, I see, because she was there. It was epic, and for my kids to see that mommy built this, because they'd be in the car and I'd be on the phone and like on a call, and they'd be screaming in the back of my minivan. And I'd be like, can you hold on, please? Mute the phone, be like, guys, mommy's on a business call. And Katie, who was 4 at the time, she would say, guys, be quiet. Mom's trying to get us Disney. So they knew, they were on board with this. It was our family dream. And when it happened, it was just so awesome. So as a family, we dream more, we live more, we're together more. The opportunities brought so many wonderful things in our life that we wouldn't have with one income, my husband's income, or me having to leave to go to a job, to leave the house to go to work. So because our company gives full corporate benefits at the top position, my husband was able to leave his very stressful corporate job and take a lateral pain job and 0.2 miles from our house. So it was a lifestyle change, but we were really able to do that very clearly and make that decision because of our income from our Juice Plus business, but also because of the insurance. We have this amazing benefits package that we didn't have to think twice, like, oh, leaving, a corporate job, going to this small company, what's it going to look like? No, we're doing it. And in a few years, I will have him home with me and he'll be working his own Juice Plus business. But that's our dream. We want time freedom to be with our kids, and especially as they're getting older. My kids are 12, 10, 8, and 5. And, as they get older, people always say that's when your kids need you more. And I see that. So the business, the product makes sense. Everybody can take it. I love it. It's a no-brainer. And the business model too is just, it's so empowering. It's amazing. And the friendships and the people that you meet along the way are just so rewarding. And so now I get to introduce my friend Lisa from Southern California. It's still daylight there. Look, and Lisa is an awesome partner in my business. She lives in Southern California. She's a great husband, and she has 2 girls. One is in college, and the other one's a teenager. And Lisa, why don't you share your story with us?
Awesome, Mary. Thank you so much. And your story is so awesome. And I was there. I remember your NMD speech and when you surprised your kids. It was the best. I just loved it. And I love working with these amazing women. And it's just such an honor to be here to share my story. And hopefully it will touch someone that's listening either today or in the subsequent days, because we are recording this, which is awesome. So I heard about Juice Plus 15 years ago. It's hard to believe it's been 15 years, but I was a young mom. My girls were 3 and a newborn at the time. And I was one of those run down, stressed out, sick and tired of being sick and tired moms. And I know if there's any young moms listening, you might be able to relate. But my oldest had just gone off to preschool and she was coming home with everything and giving it to all of us. And I just felt like we were on this wheel of, a cold, a sinus infection, the antibiotic, get off, do it again, get off, do it again. And, I just thought this is not the way that we're supposed to be living. And so when the moms at her preschool shared Juice Plus with me, I immediately got it. It made so much sense. I thought fruits and vegetables, there's no way we're getting this kind of nutrition day in and day out. I'm not cooking. I was working full time. And I'll talk about that in a minute. But we embraced Juice Plus immediately. And I, like so many of you that are listening tonight, noticed changes. And the first thing that I noticed is that I had more energy. And I was just so thrilled to wake up in the morning and not feel like a zombie, immediately. And I was still up at night nursing a baby. I was still working. So, I was still a little tired some days, but I just felt a lot better. I felt more vital. I felt alert. I was sleeping better at night. My hair and my nails started growing again. And I thought, wow, that's so interesting. And we, noticed over time that we stopped getting sick so much. First, it was just getting the colds that we would not need the antibiotic for. Then it was less and less and less. And now, 15 years later, I can honestly say I feel better today than I did 15 years ago as a young mom. I'm in the best shape of my life. I've never, been this healthy before. And it's so interesting because I'm looking at 50 in about a year and a half. And so many women in this age group kind of look at this as like, oh no, like this is where it all goes downhill. And I'm like, are you kidding me? Like we're getting ramped up. Like I feel great. And I'm just so excited to have that health and to pass that health on to my family. It's been such a gift. And I have 2 really healthy kids, and I actually posted on Facebook today. My daughter was able to take a well day, and we were up in Los Angeles because I took her to the Justin Bieber concert last night with her best friend, and we were able to just skip school today, and I was able to have that time because of the flexibility of this business, and she's never missed a day of school, so she could afford to miss a day of school, and that's amazing. There aren't a lot of high schoolers that can, say that in the end of March, as we're looking at the end of the school year, that they've never missed school because of being sick. So I am forever grateful for Juice Plus, and we will take it forever because there's no way we'll ever be able to get that kind of a nutritional insurance into our diet without it. So I transitioned into being a rep for the company when I quit my full-time job. My background is in PR and marketing, and I worked with technology companies for 13 years. And when I had my girls, my whole desire was to be an active and present mom with them. I loved having a career. I loved working. We built a lifestyle in Southern California around two incomes, and mine was quite significant, and it wasn't an income that we could just get rid of overnight. So we had saved and we had made, some sacrifices, and I chose to leave my job and do some freelance consulting on the side. And so I was still earning an income, but I was making a lot less money because I wanted to spend time with my girls. And, really what I was looking for, what I think all of us are looking for, was I wanted to own my own time. I wanted to be able to work when I wanted to work. I didn't want anyone to tell me when I should get on an airplane, when I needed to go meet someone, if I needed to miss a field trip, or, just my heart would just, drop to the ground when I saw that I had to miss something of significance. And my oldest was going to kindergarten, and I thought, you know what, I'm not going to do it this way. There's got to be a better way. But yet I didn't see this business for what it was at the beginning. It took me some time. I became a rep to save money on my Juice Plus because I wanted to be able to afford it. And I know so many people make that decision initially. And like Mary, I had no intention of doing this business. I did not know what it was. I really had no education about Juice Plus for 2.5 years, other than it was fruits and vegetables. So because I had a little bit more time and I was getting more information about Juice Plus, I started going to local events. And I was absolutely blown away when I started learning about what this product was. I was amazed that it had research and so many different healthcare professionals that recommend Juice Plus. And I just really couldn't believe that this is what we had been taking. And so it really got me inspired. And I started telling my family and my immediate friends. And, before I knew it, I was starting to build a little business. I just didn't really know that I was doing that. And then I went to a larger event. We actually call them boot camps. You don't have to do push-ups or, jumping jacks or whatever. It's not that kind of a boot camp. But I went and I learned, and that's really where I got the bigger picture for this business and the vision that you could really build an amazing, unlimited income business by helping people get more fruits and vegetables into their diets. And the word that really impacted me a lot that weekend was residual, because my whole career of public relations, and I know this is true for so many professions, it's not unique to the one I had, but this whole concept of residual income, because I was trading time for dollars. I was literally either, sitting at home in my office, working, billing, talking to clients, doing the things that I did for them, earning money, or I was not. So every time I would take a vacation, I wasn't earning. Every time I would, go on a field trip, I wasn't earning. And it was just, I didn't like that. So I got really excited that this was a business that I could invest in people, I could help and serve people. And that, like Mary said, the more people I touched, the greater, impact that we could make and the greater my check would be. So I left that weekend with a very big vision, and I got home and I was very coachable and teachable. I did what everyone told me to do. And I just got to talking with people. And 13 years ago, we did not have Facebook. We didn't have texting. And so I did it the old fashioned way. I talked to moms in school and on the soccer field, and called friends and had healthy living parties in my home. And I got to national marketing director 3.5 years after that event. And I just loved what I was doing. I loved having new friends. I loved building a team. I loved empowering women like me that were also looking for ways to stay at home with their small kids. And I built this business as I raised my girls. And I was able to completely get out of the PR industry a couple of years after I started my business. And really, we've never looked back. And it's just been an incredible journey that, like I said, has allowed me to stay at home with my kids. I have not missed anything significant. My some of my greatest memories is that we've been able to travel with them. 2 years ago, when it was my 20th anniversary, we went to Italy for 2 weeks, and we really had the time of our life. It's 2 weeks that I will never forget. When I'm old and gray, Phil and I will have tears in our eyes talking about that trip and the memories that we made. And that was only possible because of Juice Plus. And our kids are able to go to the colleges that they want to. We've taken, my Juice Plus check, and we've been really smart about saving for school. And now I do have a freshman in college, and it's just so wonderful to be able to send them to college and know that they will not have any debt. And hopefully they'll start their own franchises in college if they're smart girls. And also really to have them, look at their mom, and I am raising women, and watch me build a business in the car, like Mary said, on the phone, on the soccer field. They have been in this house for years as we've opened up our home to people to share and inspire and give people hope. And I'm so proud that they've been able to watch their mom, build a business and do it on my terms, and at the same time really make a difference in other people's lives. So it's been just a total joy and a gift, and we're just so excited to keep paying it forward. And now it's just wonderful to watch so many new people and so many young people embrace what we have. So I love what we do and love who we do it with. So Kim, I'm going to turn it back over to you.
Thank you so much. And I have to say, this is challenging going third because I'm so excited by what I just heard. I'm like on a little bit of a high because I want to sign up all over again. But for those of you that don't know my story, my name is Kim Vanderheiden. I've actually been sharing Juice Plus for about 6 years now. And as I'm listening to Mary and Lisa share their journey, for me, it takes me back to 6 years ago, and I was at a major crossroads. So my story is I think it's not very unique, but it's unique to the stories that you've heard tonight, is that I was in a corporate career. I had been a high-tech recruiter for 15 years, and I was at this major crossroads where I found myself asking, is this it? Is this what my life is going to be? And I didn't love my job. I wasn't passionate about it. Monday mornings I dreaded. I had a long commute. I had a boss, very much like Lisa, having to ask for time off. And she was a lovely woman. I'm still very good friends with her now. So it wasn't that she was a nasty boss. She's a very dear friend of mine, but she was a boss. And I had to kind of, what I did for a profession was helping people find their ideal job and what they got really excited about. So I had to ask myself, is what I'm current, if I think of what I want to, I'm always a dream big type of girl. I don't like to be confined. And I think all of us deserve to dream big and go after what our goals and desires are for our family and ourselves. And I had to ask myself, is what I'm doing today going to get me to where I want to be? And the answer was clearly no. And the things that corporate was good for a lot of different things, but what it was never going to allow me was time, freedom, and flexibility. And I was desperate for that. My boys were 6 and 8 when I learned about this. And I wanted to be home with them. I was tired of seeing, pictures being posted of them sitting by my pool or of them going on fun trips while I was at work. I'm like, I want to be doing that with my kids. So like Lisa, I loved having a career and I loved having something for myself, but I wanted to be a mom. I want to be an at-home mom, and I wanted both. And I just needed to find my vehicle to do that. So I had been searching for 2 years for a way that I could have it all, have both. And I just couldn't find anything that I could get behind. So I got a call from my friend. I'll never forget it. I was sitting at my desk at work. I was still in recruiting at the time. And she goes, "You're not going to believe it. I found what you're looking for." And I was like, "No, you have not." I'm like, "I've been looking for 2 years. I've seen it all. Like, thanks, but no thanks." And I'm really glad that it was my best friend that learned about this first, because she was really persistent with just sharing this amazing education. And what she got me with was my hub button. And the hub button was, she goes, "Kim, if you're not going to look at this for a business, you have to look at this for your boys." And that caught my attention. At the time, I was pumping them with 3 different asthma and allergy meds. She knew the frustration and the struggle that I was going through for 7 years, since they were 9 months old and 12 months old. Both were severely asthmatic. And every time I went to the doctor's appointment for an asthma attack that I couldn't control, which was about once a month, I had always asked, what can I be doing to get them off of these meds? I didn't feel comfortable pumping them with them. It was starting to affect their behavior, their sleep patterns. And I was told, don't worry about it. You're on the Rolls Royce of asthma meds. Keep doing what you're doing. And nutrition was never once brought up. So when she said, "Kim, you need to take a look at this for your boys," I thought, what is she talking about? I've been asking my pediatrician for years, and I really respected and admired her. So I was like, "Kim, wake up. It's time to go get some answers." And at the time, one of our really close friends was diagnosed with breast cancer at 38. So that was just another, I share that with you because for me, I had some disease happening around me that I was scratching my head saying, what is going on out there that people my age in my 30s are getting sick? And then why am I pumping my kids with 3 different asthma meds and allergy meds every day? And I'm a tired, stressed out mom. And I thought that was normal because I had 2 kids. I'm telling you all you moms out there, it's not normal. You can be stressed out because I've got 2 teenagers now, but you don't need to be tired and stressed out. So I went to a wellness presentation, and much like you heard today, I saw this placemat. And for those of you that are on Zoom, I'm going to show you what I saw. I saw this. I saw 30 different fruits, vegetables, and berries, and I thought, I need to get that into my family as soon as possible. And my wheels started spinning about all the people that I knew deserved to know about this. So I quickly turned in a wellness presentation into a business overview, and I said, I got it. I want it. I love the Children's Health Study where my kids can get on it for free. Is there a business behind it? And like Lisa, I was looking to replace a significant 6-figure income, and we were in a position to do that, but it didn't feel comfortable. So I said, is there a business behind this where you can create income? And I was very fortunate that I was sitting in the living room of a national marketing director, and she says, well, my sister and I are going for this goal, a position in the company called 100 Club. And I'm like, all right, that's a fancy juice plus term. I said, but what does that mean? Is that a level of income that's significant? She goes, well, on average, a person at that level earns about 300,000 a year. And I thought that will do. I'm like, I can dream really big with that. And I don't say that because of abundance, but I say that because I love to take adventures. I love to explore. I love to, just do fun things with my kids that are not bound by a financial decision. And one of those decisions that we just did, I can't believe it's 8 months ago, but we moved our family from Boston down to Raleigh because I just wanted them to experience living in a different culture, a different area. We have an amazing opportunity with the school, and I was able to do that because of this business. I have no limitations of where I take my business. And much like Lisa, my husband's like, okay, when is it my turn? Like, I'm ready to leave my job as well. And I'm like, soon, honey, soon. So I caught that vision for what this could be for me and my family. And I share that with you because that is available to everyone. I sat in that living room that afternoon, and I thought, if you can do it, I can do it. She was an ordinary woman doing extraordinary things, and she was nice and personable and generous. And I said, what's the main thing you do? And she goes, Kim, we go out and we have conversations and we help people. And that was the big thing that was lacking from my career, is that I didn't feel a purpose. I didn't feel a sense of fulfillment. And I laugh now because I don't even know what day of the week it is. I'm like, is it even Monday morning? Like, it doesn't even matter because I love what I do and I love helping people. And to Lisa's point, the best thing, and what Mary touched on as well, the best thing about what we do is locking arms with our teams and going out and making a difference together. And I get so passionate about sharing the opportunity that I have to finish my kid's story and even my story. So we started this back in November of '09, and within a few months, I noticed I wasn't going to rescue meds anymore with the boys. I noticed my energy was really increasing. And my husband, who works in technology, he used to get run down, like out of the count for a week when he was in a product release. He went through his product release with not even a sniffle, while all his colleagues around him were getting really sick. And they're like, what are you doing? He's like, I don't know. My wife has me on this thing called Juice Plus. I think it's these fruits and veggies. And within 4 months, I was no longer using one medication for my kids. So we went from 7 years of 3 medications every single day. My bedtime routine was kids, brush your teeth and take your singular Flovin and albuterol, to being med free in 4 months. So how could I not want to share this with other moms? How could I not want to share this with other families and build an amazing team to go out and make the biggest impact as possible? So I want to leave you with this again, because I hopefully, you're inspired as we all got when we first learned about it. But I really want you to, think about what you want for you and your family, and dream big. Don't think limiting. Think, where do I see myself in 5 years, in 10 years? Like when I joined this, the women that I learned about it from, it took her about about around 7 to 10 years to build that type of a business. And I thought, I'm in my 30s. Like, I can be in my 40s and have this type of a business, like just by helping other people. I thought, okay, I'll have the conversations and do. And I think, Mary, you said consistency, right? Consistency was one of your key things. And so think about what you want for you and your family, and then think about what are your options to get you there, and is what you're currently doing going to get you on that path of abundance and being able to have choices and being able to help others. And um, what I love about our business is that you can catch whatever vision you want of, just joining our mission to help some families in your own community, whether it's wanting to, really kind of get out there and be bold like we are, or even a little bit bigger. So the choice is yours of what level that you want to play at. And that's the beauty of this as well, is that there's absolutely no risk to getting involved. And I'm not going to get too much into the details of the business, but just get with, I really strongly hope that you get with the person that invited you on this Zoom event tonight. Uh, Learn more about what we're up to and just jump in with both feet and help us with this mission of inspiring other families. And I do want to let you know that I'm hoping that you're really excited about what you heard tonight and you want to get invite some other people to tune in. We're doing this exact same call. I just want to look at my calendar, get the date right. We're doing it on Wednesday, March 30th. The time is going to be slightly different. It's going to be at 9 o'clock, so you can get more West Coasters. So definitely share that with the people. And I'm going to stop the recording here, but happy to open up the lines and say goodnight.